Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz.
Before we begin, ask yourself these questions. What if this speech was the modern equivalent of a war declaration without using the word war? Could this single night redefine U.S. foreign policy for the next decade? Why are world leaders reacting in panic and silence at the same time? And most importantly, are we witnessing the opening lines of a new Middle East war chapter? From Washington to Tehran and Tel Aviv to Riyadh, President Donald Trump announced a military action on June 21st, 2025, that could change the trajectory of the Middle East forever. Today, we unpack the 10 most powerful takeaways from Donald Trump's speech following U.S. airstrikes on Iran's key nuclear facilities. This is Review Daddy, where we decode the mystery behind every trend.
Years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Takeaway 1. The strikes were massive and precise. President Trump declared that the U.S. military had launched successful precision strikes on 3 of Iran's most fortified nuclear sites: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. These are not ordinary facilities. Fordow is built inside a mountain. Natanz has been central to Iran's uranium enrichment. In Trump's words, Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. This wasn't symbolic, it was surgical, and it sent a clear message to Tehran. As we dive deep into sensitive geopolitics, it's a good reminder. Staying informed is crucial, but staying private online is just as important, especially when accessing uncensored international perspectives. That's why many researchers and journalists use encrypted services to stay safe. NordVPN is the best VPN you can trust your privacy on today. Takeaway 2, a clear warning to Iran. Trump didn't just recap what happened. He issued a warning. Either Iran pursues peace or faces even more devastating attacks. He emphasized that future targets could be destroyed in a matter of minutes.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Quoting the president, "There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran, far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days." This echoes the 2018 withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal. Trump is signaling a return to the maximum pressure doctrine.
Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Takeaway 3, U.S.-Israel cooperation. Trump praised Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying they worked as a team like no team ever has. He said, "We've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel." It's no secret, Israel sees a nuclear Iran as an existential threat. The coordination likely included intelligence sharing and airspace logistics. With Netanyahu back in power, the U.S.-Israel alliance is at its most aggressive in years. Takeaway 4, religious and patriotic rhetoric. Trump invoked God, praised the military, and closed his speech with, "God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel. God bless America." This was more than politics. It was deeply emotional. It played to his evangelical base and reinforced America's divine mission theme. Takeaway 5, resurfacing old wounds. Trump mentioned Iran's infamous "Death to America" chants and blamed General Qasem Soleimani for American deaths in Iraq. He referenced U.S. soldiers who lost limbs from Iranian IEDs.
They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs.
He stated, "They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs." It's a narrative that resonates with many Americans. Justice for fallen heroes. Takeaway 6, a display of military dominance. Trump touted U.S. military capabilities, declaring, "There is no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close." From the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to cyber warfare units, This was psychological warfare too, a warning not just to Iran, but to adversaries like Russia, China, and North Korea. In a world where surveillance and digital espionage are rising, it's no wonder top defense experts and freedom fighters turn to secure online tools. Privacy isn't paranoia, it's protection. NordVPN is the best VPN. NordVPN is your protection.
That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general.
Takeaway 7, high praise for the generals. He name-dropped General Dan Razin Kane and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. It was vintage Trump. Bolster the military brass, raise their media profiles, and rally patriotism. He said, "Spectacular general," and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. It also served to highlight continuity and confidence in military command post-2024 election. Takeaway 8.
Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before.
An election-era strategy. Make no mistake, this speech was also a campaign tool. Trump is using military success to paint himself as the strongman America needs. With polls tightening and global instability rising, this speech may boost his numbers among conservatives, independents, and even some moderate Democrats. Takeaway 9, likely global fallout. The world is watching. Iran could retaliate. The UN may call emergency meetings. Russia and China are almost certain to condemn the attack. Oil prices are already rising. The ripple effect on markets, diplomacy, and Middle Eastern politics is just beginning. Takeaway 10, history may be repeating.
I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Razin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are
Many draw parallels to past U.S. interventions. 1981, Israel bombs Iraq's Osirak reactor. 2003, Iraq war over alleged WMDs. Are we on the verge of another prolonged conflict? Or has Trump just reset the Middle East balance with a single decisive move? Whether you support or oppose Trump, one thing is clear. June 21st, 2025 was no ordinary day. It will be studied in war rooms, classrooms, and newsrooms for years. We leave you with a question. Has America just avoided a nuclear Iran or opened the door to a wider, darker conflict? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive breakdowns like this. Finally, a time when digital privacy is more crucial than ever, staying protected online isn't optional. It's essential. We trust NordVPN to keep us secure, especially when researching global events that aren't always covered fairly. Click the link in our description to start today and take back control of your online freedom.